Hello, ladies. It's Coach Steph. I am making sure that I'm live. So if you guys hop on, if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, let me know that you're watching. Say hello. And we're going to get started here in just a second. I'm going to make sure that I am going live in multiple places. So I am just setting up. So I hope that you guys are ready for 2022. Happy New Year. And I know for me, I did some reflection yesterday, and I don't know, I just feel really, really good about this year and about just getting started for 2022. So what we're going to be talking about today is goal setting, right? And so there's so many times that we set goals and we end up not really achieving what we want, or we kind of forget about it. And so I want to make sure that we are able to get our goals set up and then execute on those goals so we can see the results that we want. So I'm just trying to make sure this is set up correctly, y'all. Hold on. Oh, shoot. One sec. Okay, here we go. All right, y'all bear with me. Okay, so if you are just hopping on, I am setting up and getting ready to discuss how to set goals for 2022. It's very important that we're able to actually set goals and achieve them and make sure that we are focused on our goals, right? And so as you're hopping on, hashtag replay or comment and say hello. So we're going to get started. And actually, I'm going to go live on my Instagram as well. Start. All right. What's up, Instagram? What's up, Facebook? If y'all hop on, say hello. So let's dive in. So goals for 2022. Got my notes ready. First of all, you should have your notes too. So I always like to ensure that you leave with some actionable steps. Okay. I want you to have some action steps ready to go so that you can go and make some changes after you watch this live, right? That's always my goal, is to make this actionable. So first step in setting goals for 2022. Number one, we have to reflect, right? So let's reflect back on your 2021, right? So let's look at what worked. Let's look at what didn't work. And let's ask ourselves some amazing questions, which really begin with just like why, right? Like why did certain things work and why did certain things not work, right? And so you really need to like literally write this down. I'm a big advocate for you putting things on paper and saying, okay, maybe I didn't reach my goal, or maybe, I lost my focus halfway through the year, or maybe a life event happened and changed your like motivation. A lot of things have happened over the course of this last few years. And so it's very easy to get distracted and put your health on the back burner. And putting your health on the back burner is so easy to do because there's so many things going on. And it's like, okay, well, I'll meal prep later, or I'll do that next week. I just can't deal with that. We're stressed out. And it's like, okay, I'm going to deal with that later. But there's always, always, always going to be something else something going on in your life. There's always going to be something that you can put your health on the back burner for. And so it's like, okay, especially even when life is happening, it's that much more important to take care of your mental health and your actual physical body. Hey, is that Adrena? What's up? How are you? Glad that you're watching. So as y'all are hopping on, say hello. And so we're talking about setting goals for 2022. So reflection. What went well and what did not go well? So these are like kind of like journal prompts. Like, okay, what went well? Why did those things go well? Right? Maybe you weren't able to achieve certain goals. And this can be really applied to anything, but of course I'm talking about health. Ask yourself, why did that work? Write that out. Then ask yourself, well, what did not work and why? Why did I not achieve this goal? Or maybe I set a goal to walk 3 times a week and that didn't happen. Why? Right? Like, was it my schedule? Was it my energy? Was like, what was it? So try to troubleshoot. Like, troubleshooting the issue is very important. Okay. And I'm going to check and see if there are. Okay. So some Facebook people were able to get on. Y'all, I always have technical difficulties with this. Okay. But I see some people. Okay. Hi, Shannon, Yolanda, Demina. Happy New Year. Azalea. All right, ladies. Okay. So glad y'all were able to join. Okay. So we got reflection, right? We got to reflect on what worked and what didn't work. Okay. Then kind of rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 on how often your CEO self showed up. How often did your CEO self, your highest and best self, show up in terms of your fitness journey, in terms of your nutrition, in terms of your like taking care of your mental health and your self-care? Rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, right? And so let's see. For me, for 2021, I would say for my mindset and my mental health, I think I would rate it, I would say like an 8.5 or a 9, because I made some major moves in 2021 for my mental health, and it was just for me. And I don't feel guilty about it at all. I'm so much more at peace than I was at the beginning of this year, y'all. I was not okay. And so I made some major moves and I feel so much better. I'm a better mom, right? A lot of times we're sacrificing for our kids and we're doing all these things. And it's like, okay, actually my kids are better off when I'm taking care of myself well, so that I can be a better parent, right? And so I would say for me, mindset would be about 8.5 or 9. So y'all let me know. So let me know in the comments if you were to rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being like you killed it, 1 being nah, I didn't do nothing. For mindset, which means like, okay, you self-care, like doing self-care. It also means like the negative self-talk and like your dialogue with yourself. It also means, okay, Adrena, it also means you like your peace, your how many times those self-sabotaging thoughts of like, let me start over on Monday, like that whole thing. Let me see what y'all would rate yourself. I'm about an 8.5 or a 9. Let me see. Shannon, okay, a 4, Shannon. Okay. So Shannon, I'm actually really, really excited for you because I know you're in the reboot challenge. And so if you continue, stay with it. Okay. So y'all, for those that don't know, I have a reboot challenge. Is a mind and body reboot. And it's designed to help you reset your mind, right? And then get consistent through small daily action. Okay. So Shannon, if your mindset part was a 4, please, please, please stick with the reboot because it's going to be very helpful. You helped me so much with mindset. Adrena killed it, y'all. I've coached Adrena this past 3 months, and when I tell you she came in overwhelmed and left a whole new person, there was just a call. She came on the call and was just like a whole new different person. Like her aura, her energy was just different because she did the mindset work. It works, y'all. It works. So she killed it. I love it. Okay, Damina is a 6. Adrena, I would say an 8. I still have room for improvement. You are definitely most improved. I love it. April, I need that reboot. So in the description, y'all, if y'all want to join the Mind and Body Reboot Challenge, as 30 days, you get access to my private app. And I start a new one every Sunday. So you can get that in the description. Yes, Damina, it is so worth it. Anyway, so all right, so I would say, okay, so let's now rate ourselves on nutrition. When it comes to executing your plan, right? Like, hopefully you're planning. We'll get to that. Hopefully you're planning. But as far as executing your nutrition plan, eating well, more fruits and vegetables, not skipping meals, right? Like nourishing your body and fueling your body on a scale from 1 to 10, where would you be? Let me know in the comments. Where would you be on a scale from 1 to 10? Okay, so Rebecca says a 4. Deronda is an 8. Okay. 4. Okay, 4 for the nutrition. Okay. So let's ask ourselves why. So nutrition is always the sticking point with people most of the time, right? Most of the time it's easier to get people, my clients, to like work out, but the nutrition part is a little bit more challenging. And I think a lot of times it's because we're setting too big, like our goals are just too big. We're going to go vegan tomorrow, right? And with that Mind and Body Reboot Challenge, you'll see it's like progressive. Like it's okay. You can just drink a little bit more water, right? You don't have to like set your goal from 0 to 100. You will make so much progress. If you stick with that for 30 days, you'll have so many wins. And making very small action steps. Okay. So, all right. So let's see over here. Hey, Lisa. April says a 5 until my cycle. Do you mean like your period until my cycle? Is that what that means? Let me know. Still working on my meals. Tawana says a 7. Right now, a 2, Antoinette. Okay. 8 for Shannon. Okay. Adrena, 7. 21 was hard. My mindset was about a 6. Damina said 7. Thanks to me. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. A 5. So here's the thing with the nutrition. Okay. And we'll get to this. Small baby steps. Okay. So we got reflection, right? So for anybody that's just hopping on, we're talking about goals for 2022. Are you reflecting on your goals? What worked, what didn't work, right? Understanding why it worked or why it didn't work. And then also rating yourself. So rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, mindset, on a scale from 1 to 10, nutrition, and then on a scale from 1 to 10, your physical activities, right? So this doesn't always mean just like a workout, y'all. I think that you may be underestimating how important it is to just like walk and like get your steps in. So on a scale from 1 to 10, where would you rate yourself on your execution and being active most days of the week? Okay. So Bonita said 5 for nutrition. Okay. So that's usually the biggest area of improvement is the nutrition part. Okay, let's see. Ooh, so Tawana said 10. Okay. So 2. April, okay, yeah. Antoinette said a 7. April said a 3. Okay. So you kind of see how, okay, your lower numbers, all right, I need to pay more attention to these numbers that are on the lower end of the spectrum, right? Okay, a 2. Yeah, 9. I love to work out. Me too. And see, and even that with me saying like I love to work out, like most of the time I work out consistently. And then sometimes I don't see the gym, right? And I don't make that a problem. It's okay. Hi, Nancy. Okay, so we've rated ourselves on nutrition. We rated ourselves on mindset and our fitness. Azalea said 5. Regina said 2, but I walk 2 times a day now. Okay, you like that walking. Tawana said I jog about 8 miles, 5 days a week. Ooh, girl, yes. Okay, I love it. I love it. 6 active. Okay, all right. So we rated ourselves. So now look at your low numbers. Okay, look at the areas where you are the lowest. Now we're going to troubleshoot and say, okay, how can I get, like if your number, so for Claudine, hers is a 4, right? How can I get from a 4 to a 5, y'all? This is the micro step, right? So I don't want you to think about, okay, how can I get from 4 to 10? I want you to think, how can I get from 4 to 5? A lot of times we set these goals and they're too broad, right? They're too big of a jump. We get overwhelmed because we set the bar at perfection and then we give up or we think we're failing, right? And so if you in your mind think you're failing, like, oh, I can't hit a 10, the thought of I'm failing, I'm doing this wrong, this isn't working is not helpful, right? You'll never get a positive result if your thought is I'm failing, this isn't working, right? And so that's why I don't want you to pick 4 to 10. I want you to say, how can I get from a 4 to a 5? That energy where your mind is like, that's too easy, like that's simple, I can do that, right? The thought of I can do that is going to get you way farther than, dang, I'm failing, this isn't working, shoot, I messed up again, right? Does that make sense, y'all? April said, yes, that's me. Lisa, activity is a 6, just need to add a workout to feel better about it. Nutrition is a 4, we ate out so much. Yes. The planning part for the eating out, if you eat out a lot, planning is super duper important. And, you know, just intermixing all that with schedule. Yes, that is sustainable. Yes. And so the sustainability part is so important, right? This is not about, it's not about perfection, y'all. So throw the perfection out the door. Okay. Throw the perfection out the door. Nancy, I'm a procrastinator. Yes. Okay, Nancy. So that mindset, right? I want you to really work on that thought, I'm a procrastinator, because that's an affirmation, right? You are affirming, I'm a procrastinator, right? Your brain is offering you that thought and you're like, all right, yeah, this is what's happening, right? So I want you to slowly start to reframe that, right? And start to reframe like a new identity. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. Okay, so we reflected, we asked ourselves why it worked, why it didn't work. We rated ourselves and we were asking ourselves, how can we get from 4 to a 5? If you're at an 8, how can I get from an 8 to a 9? Right? You can do that, right? That energy of I can do that, that works, right? That'll get me to the next step. That'll keep me motivated. That thought, I can do that, will get you to the next step, okay? So now that we've kind of like looked at very simply my 2021, now I'm going to say, okay, what do I want to create in 2022? Right? From that energy, from the energy and thought of I can do this, what do I want to create in 2022? So what is your big goal? So we're going to start out with the big goal. So tell me what your big goal by December 2022, you want to create what? Let me know in the chat. Okay, Yolanda says, yes, ma'am. Nia is a 7. Rhonda is a 6. I would say 5 for nutrition. What is your big goal? So Rebecca, what is your big goal for 2022? By December 2022, you want to be able to say, I did X, Y, and Z. I killed it. What is that? What is your goal? And it's very important that you get really clear on what you're trying to create. Right? So Claudine says consistency. Okay. So now define consistency, Claudine, because sometimes, like I said, we say that that's like perfectionism or perfected. We want, okay, so say we say, okay, I want to work out 4 times a week. And if we don't maybe work out maybe 2 to 3 times a week, we're like, okay, well, I'm not consistent. But maybe you working out 4 times a week most of the time, and then 2 times a week other times is your consistency, right? I want to break shackling of getting on the scale. Okay. Lose 30 pounds, Lisa. Build back muscle, Elizabeth. Let me reframe because I have been claiming procrastination and I know what exactly. Don't profess that over yourself. So I'm a big believer of never say anything about yourself that you don't want to be true, right? Whenever you say, I am a procrastinator. I am tired. I can't do this. Like all of those things, like you're telling every cell in your body, like this is, your words have power and your belief has power, right? So stay consistent with my workouts, my mindset, maybe lose 20 pounds from 2021 to lose my stomach. Okay. Better nutrition, says Kiki. Big goal to lose weight and to be able to sustain weight loss. I need to do better about skipping meals. So being consistent. The big goal, go from 3-pound weights to 10-pound weights. I love that goal. Being able to do a burpee easily. More muscle mass, total body. Okay. I really like those goals, Yolanda. So the goal of going from 3-pound weights to 10-pound weights, I absolutely love that goal because women don't lift heavy enough. So I would definitely say, like, keep challenging yourself. And, that rep range should be 8 to 12. So I bet you could do 10s, like sooner than later. Don't be trying to do like 1,000,000 reps. So when you say do a burpee easily, I want y'all to know that even people who are very fit, right? Burpees are just not easy, right? They're not easy. You will get better. So that goal is fine. I want you to understand though that it'll never be easy. You'll just get better at doing them and you'll get better at, you'll never be like, oh yeah, these are easy. Cause I still don't really like burpees, right? They're still hard, but my body has gotten used to it and you get used to it and you can do it. So as long as you go in it with knowing that, like this isn't ever going to be easy, I'm just going to get better at it. I like that goal. Okay. So lose 60 pounds, better choices with food. Nutrition is my challenge. I want it to be second nature. I want to create consistency, lose 15 pounds and reduce PCOS symptoms. Okay. So we got our big goal, right? We got our big goal for December 2022. So someone on Instagram says set small goals. Exactly. So what we're going to do, we're going to take that big goal that we want to create in December 2022, right? And we're going to reverse engineer this and say, okay, what do I need to do monthly to reach that goal? Right? So if, let's say Shannon wants to lose 15 pounds, right? By December, right? That's totally doable. If you were to take those 15 pounds and divide it over the 12 months, right? You would get whatever number that is. And you say, okay, that's your monthly goal, right? So break down whatever goal that you just put and break that down and say, okay, here's my big goal for December 22. Now I'm going to break that down into the 12 months and think about what you would need to do daily to reach that monthly goal. Because your big December goal is going to break down into your daily habits, essentially. All of your goals, all of your dreams, whether it be fitness or otherwise, come down to what you decide to do with your time every day, period. So based on what you told me, on a day-to-day basis, what would you need to do to create that month goal. So let's say you wanted to lose 12 pounds by December, right? You would say, okay, well, that's 1 pound a month. If I wanted to lose 12 by December, what would I need to do? What would the actual action steps be on a daily basis be if I wanted to lose that 1 pound per month? So Damina says, lose weight, but more so changing my negative mindset. You have to work on your mindset, which is why in the reboot, like you work on your mindset daily. You have got to make different connections in your brain, meaning that you have to think about you differently, build a whole new identity. You have to think about your weight loss journey totally differently, right? Like two people can have the same situation and two totally different thoughts about the situation because of their conditioning, because of their trauma, and get two totally different results. Right? So you have to practice working on your mindset. It's not something that you can just do and say, okay, I'm going to practice, I'm going to, change my mindset and then never actually practice. So what are your action steps? How are you, Damina, going to work on your mindset every day? What does that look like? It can look like affirmations. It could look like gratitude. It could look like meditation. It could look like journaling. It could look like practicing more self-care, right? To work out 3 to 4 times a week to lose 20 pounds. Okay, let's see. Eat clean 80% of the time. The reboot was incredible. Thank you. I'm so glad it was helpful, Talitha. Yes, that's my mindset. Y'all, mindset is so big. That's why I coach on mindset so hard. My big goal was to create a healthier lifestyle. No more processed foods, just whole foods. Okay, so if that's your goal, right, planning is going to be big for you. You're going to say, okay, I want to eat less processed foods. I want to eat more whole foods. So what is your process? And I guess that kind of goes into my next point of your daily action steps is what you need to focus on. The magic is in your daily action steps. Okay. So if you want to eat more whole foods, you're going to have to plan each day and say, okay, these are the whole foods I'm going to have, and actually put an action step, actually put a fruit and a vegetable in your whole food, like put a name to it. Avocado, broccoli, right? Like get real specific with what it is that you're going to do. Your goals, your dreams, your fitness results are in the specifics. Okay, so we started off with reflection. What worked, what didn't work. We asked ourselves why. We rated ourselves. Now we're setting our intentions. We set our big goal. We broke that big goal down into monthly goals. And then we're taking that month goal and we're saying, okay, what do I need to do daily? I need you to write down daily what it is that you're going to do. So for example, Damina says she wanted to change her mindset. Okay, if by December, I don't want to have this negative self-talk. I don't want to be bullying myself. I don't want to be being mean to myself and feeling depressed and feeling sad and feeling demoralized, right? I don't want to feel that. How am I going to do that every day? All right. I have my clients do a power hour, which is not even an hour. It's just 10 minutes of reflection. So if that's your big goal, well, every day I'm going to set aside 10 minutes to do, to listen to podcasts. Adrena can tell you, she started listening to, motivational and inspirational podcast. A light just came on inside of her. She's totally different. Energy is different, right? Set that goal. This is what I'm going to do. If your goal was to lose a certain amount of pounds, okay, this is what I need to do. That means every week I need to plan my meals out, and then I'm going to work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Right? Make it actionable. Get specific. Okay. So it's very important that after you make those daily habit goals, that you hyper focus on those habit goals, you have a check-in every week. So with my clients, every Saturday, we're saying, okay, we're reflecting on our week, kind of like what we're doing with the year. We're saying, okay, what went well this week? What didn't go well? Let's troubleshoot. Let's ask ourselves why this didn't go well. Let's plan for our next week. Right? So we're taking that same process, we're breaking it down to the week, saying, okay, what went well, what did not go well? Let's plan for this coming week. What are my action steps for this week? You got to come back and revisit that process every time, and have that weekly check-in for yourself. You can write it down, like print it out, right, on a piece of paper every week. As on Saturday, I'm going to go through this process every week, and then I'm going to plan my food and my exercise. Okay, so that's your weekly process to make sure that your week is planned out. Then on a daily basis, you set a morning routine. Y'all, if you manage your morning, you can manage your life. When we think about this big goal, man, I need to lose 20 pounds. Maybe you need to lose 100 pounds. If you focus on the outcome, if you focus on the 100 pounds, it's going to be real hard to lose those 100 pounds. It's going to be real hard. I need you to focus on 1 pound at a time. How are you going to lose that 100 pounds? You're going to lose it 1 pound at a time. Right? So the question needs to be in your mind, how do I lose the next 1 pound? That's it. That's it. Make it simple, right? How do I lose the next 1 pound? That's all you have to figure out. Okay. And how you do that is master your morning. Do you have a morning routine? Y'all let me know. Do you have a morning routine, and what is it? Let me know. We'll go back through the comments. Nutrition is my challenge. Journal my food. Who can be consistent. I need strength training. Highly recommend strength training, y'all. I'm going to get to it. I've done some trainings before on it, but I definitely think that strength training is good. My big goal, I want to create a healthier lifestyle, no more processed food, eat less processed food, be consistent with nutrition, especially on the weekends. Yes. Eat 80% clean. The review was incredible. Yes, this is my mindset. So stay consistent with eating healthy majority of the time, drinking lots of water, continue to walk, keep up my motivational podcasts, reflect, journal. These things will help me reach my goal. Planning is everything. When I don't, then I end up at the fast food restaurant. Yes. Also have an actual grocery list. Unbelievable how that happened. It is. So thankful for that mindset shift. I can tell you it's horrible. Oh, okay. So you're saying, Claudine, nope, you don't have. Okay, Claudine, you're in my reboot. So this is a commitment for you, because in the reboot is 10 minutes. When I say power hour, it's only like 10 minutes. Like, give me 10 minutes a day to work on you. Right? So super duper important. Chaos. Yes. So if you're that person who wakes up every morning with your alarm clock, you're snoozing, you're like, oh crap, I got to get the kids to school. I'm late for work. Like, that is how you're starting off your day. You got to rein that in. And it starts right here. It starts with a decision. I'm going to decide I'm going to go to bed at a decent time, y'all. I'm going to go to bed at a decent time so I can get some rest. And then I'm going to maybe set my alarm to like something inspirational. I'm going to set my alarm to Eric Thomas. I always love him. He gets me hype. Or some kind of music that like gets me going. Because you don't want to start your morning like that. Andrea said, I follow the Miracle Morning. Yes. See, me and you, we are on the same wavelength. And I can tell, you listen to the podcast, all the things. I love it. I love it. My mornings are not where I want them to be. So we can start there, y'all. Start with a morning routine. Okay. So you try to walk by 7:30. This week has been bad due to the weather. I'm up late every night. Yep. So your morning routine starts at night, y'all. So if you're having a hard morning, let's talk about a night routine. Sleep hygiene, making sure that you turn off these electronics at a certain time, that you get in the bed, go to sleep so you can wake up and slay the day. Not packed, so put those things up. Yes. Okay. So morning routine. So you keep your morning routine simple. So let's talk about how to create a morning routine. If you don't have one already, here are a few steps that you can take. Number one, go to bed at a decent time, right? Number one, go to bed at a decent time. But then two, okay, let's say I'm going to wake up only 15 minutes earlier than I normally do, right? And even if that's too much, just wake up 5 minutes before or 10 minutes before, right? Like break it down into small steps. So whatever your alarm clock is set at right now, either actually get up at that time, because typically our alarm clock goes off when we snooze several times. So either actually get up at that time and do your power hour, your intentional time alone, your mindset, or if you need to, set your alarm clock maybe 10 or 15 minutes before and get up and make it very simple. You want to refocus on your goal. So for me, I started doing just a set routine. So what I wrote down for my morning routine, I'm going to listen to something inspirational, something short, sweet. I just look on YouTube for inspiration. I put that on. That gets me going. You can do that in the bed, y'all. Then I write down my gratitude. Then I do what's called intentional thought creation. I'm going to intentionally think thoughts and write them down that I want to think about myself, about my life, that I want to create, right? I start dreaming in my CEO self, right? Because I know that if God put it in my spirit, it's attainable. And I believe that. Like if I can think it in my mind, it can happen. Right? And so I'm going to intentionally think these thoughts and write them down. Then I'm going to visualize myself having them. This is my morning routine. This doesn't mean that you have to do all of this. You set your own, but this is what I decided to do. Visualize. And then I'm going to write down my intentions for the day. So the intentions that I write, I have to get better at this. It needs to be very, very simple. So if I need to like get my workout in, get something done for work, and maybe like plan something for my kids. Like I write down more than 3 things. What I write down needs to be very simple. So for you, what could your morning routine look like that starts off very, very simple? Something that your brain says that's too simple. It could just be, I'm just going to listen to something motivational. It could just be, I'm going to take a walk. It could just be, I'm going to write down 5 statements of gratitude, right? So what could your morning routine be? What could it be? Hard to do with husband and him watching TV. So you got to have a conversation, Tawana, and say, okay, maybe your husband has some goals too that he wants to try to achieve. So you can say, okay, how can we be a team and work on this together? Let's see. Let's go over here too. I forgot this thread. Okay, let me look. So big goal to lose weight, better nutrition, go from, okay. Big goal is gradual way to lose weight. And so I don't need weight loss surgery. You can do it. Bernita, you can do it. Okay, I do offer one-on-one coaching, y'all. So if y'all are wanting nutrition and mindset coaching, I am a registered dietitian because I really like, I've had people say this to me before and it gets me. I coached someone and she's like, okay, now I feel like I don't need surgery. And that is life-changing. That matters so much. So I just want you to keep going. Okay. I want to just encourage you like you can do it. Sheena, should I break down to a monthly goal or bi-weekly? So I think we kind of addressed that, Sheena. Like you take your big goal, break it down into the month, and then break it down into your daily action steps. So manage your morning, you can manage your day. Any suggestions for setting reminders? So my day starts at 6:30 a.m. And when I get busy, it's hard to break from my day to eat. Boundaries. So in my program, we talk about boundaries and how it's not comfortable to set boundaries. But if you sit down and like literally write out the problem, be like, okay, this is my problem. I get too busy or I'm asked to do things and I can't eat. So it's a problem, right? If your work or your job or whatever it is so demanding that you can't even fuel yourself, like you can't even eat, that's a problem, right? So we got to sit down and think, okay, I have to eat. I have to fuel my body. Let's troubleshoot this. Who do I need to say no to? Who do I need to delegate things to? How can I set boundaries so that people know from this time to this time, I'm nourishing myself, period. Right? So that's a big thing about setting boundaries, knowing your worth and being okay with setting boundaries, even when it's uncomfortable. And then you can set reminders on your phone, right? But at the end of the day, it still just comes down to you deciding, because the alarm can go off and you can still just keep working. But you have to decide that I'm going to take a break. And it doesn't have to be like a 30-minute break or whatever. It could be a small break, right? So break it down. So start small and give yourself that little breathe break, and then start to expand it slowly, right? You don't have to give yourself an hour at a time. But if it's not an hour, maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's 15 minutes, right? Let's also start small. All right. You just have to make the time, reading the Bible, pray, work out, cook breakfast. I'm a caregiver for my mom. Not just wake up earlier, actually get out of the bed. Yes. And so while you're in the bed, April, you can, like I said, just listen to the motivation. Because once you get your mind going, girl, you start to be like, okay, I can't go back to sleep. Now I'm listening to this stuff and I'm thinking about my goals. I'm thinking about my CEO self and I'm ready to go, right? You get yourself hyped for the day and you can't go back to sleep. When you think about your dreams, thinking about your goals, you're like, yes, I gotta go. I gotta do this, right? You only have one life to live. Like I was sitting on my couch the other day and I was like, I'm almost 40. I was like, this hit me in a different way. I'm like, I'm 38 years old. I'm about to be 39 this year. I don't understand that. I'm like, I don't understand how this happened. How did this happen? I'm almost 40. I used to think people that were 40 were so old. I feel like I'm just getting started. Life is going by so fast. My daughter's 14. If you are not making the life that you want right now, what are you doing? If we're not like actively getting excited about what we get to create every day, what are we doing? Like, anyway, I can go on a whole tangent. Okay. So we're reflecting. We are setting intentions for 2022. We're breaking down our big goal and we're doing that weekly check-in. And then we're breaking that week down into our daily habits. And then we break that week down into, okay, let me start off with my morning routine. This is your magic, ladies. Start out your morning routine. Make it very, very, very simple. Start there. That is how you build these goals. And so just like, okay, so we're in January, everybody's doing, our New Year's resolutions, which I don't have a problem with. I thought we need more of our resolution, like a monthly resolution. So every month you do a hard reset, just like we're doing right now, where you're just like, okay, no, I'm gonna reset, I'm gonna refocus, right? Every month, come back to this moment. Every month, come back to this process, reflection, setting intentions, rating yourself, making sure you have that weekly check-in, make sure your morning routine is on point. Every month, come back to this process. That's how you do this every month. And by December 2022, you'll have your goal. Does this make sense? Is this doable? Y'all let me know. That's why I get out and walk. It's my only time. So the problem, because a lot of trainers don't really like this time of year. They're like, people start off and they don't like commit or whatever. But to me, it's not a problem. Like the New Year's resolution isn't the problem. It's the problem. The problem is we don't come back to it, right? We don't come in February 3rd. Are we going to come back to this process? March 3rd, April 3rd, May 3rd, August 3rd, November 3rd, right? December 3rd. Are you going to come back to this process? You got to come back here, right? And really know your why. And I actually didn't even mention that. I'm going to put that in here next time too. When you do your reflection, you need to know why. Why am I so hard for this, right? Is it because I want to get off of medication? Is it because I want to make sure I see my grandkids? I want to make sure that I'm mobile so I can play with my kids. So my 2-year-old ain't running around and I can't catch up with him, right? Is it because I want to feel good when I take my clothes off with my husband, right? Do I feel horrible in my body? Do I not want to walk around in baggy clothes all the time because I'm ashamed of how I look? Do I want to, look in the mirror and feel beautiful instead of cussing myself out in the mirror, right? Is it that you don't want to have to get on a plane and worry that you're not going to be able to fit in the seat, right? Those are real why. Come back to that why. So, we're going to talk about motivation at some point. But if you have those kind of whys, that's motivation. Y'all, that's motivation. I don't want to be, I saw a post, somebody talking about like covering up yourself with your purse. Like you have a strapped purse and you're trying to like cover up your stomach with your purse. Like I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel uncomfortable when I come into a room and I feel like, if I go to the gym and I feel like everyone's looking at me because I'm bigger, I don't want to feel that. That's my why, right? Or you want to get off medication. Like, what is it? You come back to that why. So add that. If y'all are taking notes, add in your reflection, come back to your why. Why is this important to me in this one life that I have to live? You gotta know that. You have to know that. I have my clients, we do this process of like understanding your why, and then we make a mantra that is directly tied to your why. Directly tied. So it has an emotion, right? Not know, oh, I want to look cute in the bathing suit. Why? Right? Like get to the deep why, the pain. When you start to feel a little bit choked up, like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. Like that hurts. That's your why. You want to live longer. You don't want to die at 50, right? Like that's your why. And it's so important. I get worked up, y'all. I get worked up. Okay, let me check these comments real quick. You said that's big. Manage your mornings. Yes. Let's see on this side. Very doable. Love all your ideas about morning routines. I don't have a morning routine. So start one. Start a simple one, but start one. Reflection tied to your why. Yes. So you have to do that. And really too, y'all, in your check-in, this is what I do with my clients. In that weekly check-in that I talked about, I have them restate their why, restate their mantra. So you don't forget that. That's something that we have to remember all the time. All right. So I told myself, y'all, that I was going to start making these shorter, and I never do because I'm talking too much. Okay. So I hope that this was helpful. Before I get out of here, because I got to go, I want you to write down what is your word or phrase for this year. So for me, mine is mental discipline. Because I've been planning. I'm a Virgo, so I'll be planning and I'll be thinking, I'll be over analyzing all this stuff. And for me to execute, I have to be mentally disciplined to stop like getting distracted by stuff that don't even matter. Mental discipline. That's my word. Like, hey, stay focused. You got work to do, girl. I'm almost 40. I got work to do in this life, right? If I'm trying to live my best life, I have to be mentally focused to create the things that I want to create in my life, because it's going to start here first. Everything that you have created right now, look around you right now. I created all this. I, bought this house, whatever. Like where your body, you created this. Take ownership of it, whatever it is, good, bad, or indifferent. You created this. If you can take ownership of that, then you can go forward and take ownership of creating what you want in the future, because you did this. Okay. Let's see. A transformation coach. If you are ready to make some changes, like you're serious about making some changes, like you're not just thinking about it, not contemplate, oh yeah, I need to know. If you are ready to make some changes, you can book a call with me. We can talk about how I can help you in my 12-week program. It's me and you coaching one-on-one on nutrition, digging into that mindset, y'all, and creating the results that you want so that you can keep it. Like if you change your mindset, you can keep the results that you get instead of doing a fad diet, losing some weight, and then like it coming back, right? So you can let me know if anybody is interested in one-on-one coaching. I'm just checking the chat again. No excuses, just get it done. Me too. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I have a meeting. I have a coaching call in about 9 minutes. Thank y'all for watching. I hope this was helpful. Implement, y'all. Don't just watch these lives and be like, yes, girl, yes, girl. No, implement what I said. Like, go back, make sure you have your reflection, your intention, your weekly check-in. This is huge. Your morning routine. And then every month, come back and do a hard reset. Okay. So thank y'all for watching. One-on-one coaching is open. Either DM me or you can check my links to sign up for that. And yeah, you'll have a good evening. Happy New Year. I'll be back Monday, 6 p.m. Every Monday, 6 p.m. CST. I'll be here. I forget the next topic, but the in the groups, the RSVP or the event is already up, so you can RSVP. All right, talk to y'all soon. Happy New Year. Goodbye, ladies.